focus on the motion. I won't break any bones, focus on the motion. I won't break any bones, focus on the motion. I won't break any bones, focus on the motion.
Gotta just let it flow. I'm ready and I wanna go. Think about what I need, think about what's in front of me. Gotta make up my mind to look ahead, not behind. I can feel it burning through, like I knew this charge in me was gonna do. Shaking up my bones, I wanna be the first one. Shaking up my bones to put me in a forward motion. I'm sliding on the drive of all the inspiration. I've been gliding on the air. I've been making high expectations. I've been taking them to their destinations. I'm riding on the wind to really make it happen. I am gliding on air. I gotta just let it flow. I'm ready and I wanna go. Think about what I need, think about what's in front of me. Gotta make up my mind to look ahead, not behind. I can feel it burning through, like I knew it would be. Na 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 na
on the motion. I won't break any bones, focus on the motion. I won't break any bones, focus on the motion. I won't break any bones, focus on the motion.
Gotta just let it flow. I'm ready and I wanna go. Think about what I need, think about what's in front of me. Gotta make up my mind to look ahead, not behind. I can feel it burning through.
I won't break any bones, focus on the motion. I won't break any bones, focus on the motion. I won't break any bones, focus on the motion.
Gotta just let it flow. I'm ready and I wanna go. Think about what I need, think about what's in front of me. Gotta make up my mind to look ahead, not behind. I can feel it burning through, like I knew this charge in me was gonna do. Shaking up my bones, I wanna be the first one. Shaking up my bones to put me in a forward motion. I'm sliding on the drive with all the inspiration. I've been gliding on the air. I've been making high expectations. I've been taking them to their destinations. I'm riding on the wind to really make it happen. I am gliding on air. I gotta just let it flow. I'm ready and I wanna go. Think about what I need, think about what's in front of me. Gotta make up my mind to look ahead, not behind. I can feel it burning through, like I knew it would be. Na 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 na.
Yeah, no, that was the wrong button to press. Hello everybody, how you guys doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Happy Friday to everybody in the world. How you guys doing? Though technically speaking, I am aware that, you know, it is Saturday for some people, you know. Shout out to everybody who is living in in the Australias. But you know, it do be like that. But yeah, welcome in everybody. How you guys doing? Welcome in. Let me go to the big screen. I don't know if my camera is gonna be frozen because I did. Yeah, my camera is definitely frozen. How about that? Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Now it is working as it should. Yeah, I don't know why it suddenly decided to freeze. Maybe it is something that eventually happens, you know, with this kind of cameras. I'm using an upspot, MESE, something about those lines. I don't really know it, but you know, it do be like that. But it is interesting to see that it definitely froze. But I'm glad that my OBS did sync my camera source with my microphone source because I do have it set up that way. But yeah, welcome in everybody. How you guys doing? Hope that you guys are having a lovely day, which I am, you know, having. I did oversleep. I know that I did oversleep, and I wasn't really planning to do a late stream, quote unquote. Hold on, let me move my stuff. I know you guys are gonna be seeing the whole disorder, disarray that I have over here. I have a ton of, like, you know, like dusters and stuff like that. But you know, I do be like that. But yeah, I wasn't planning on doing a stream this late, although it is technically not as late as other times that I've done a stream. But you know, my streams often had to be at 12 p.m. At the least, 12:15 at the most. And I did start on 12:40, which is a little bit like, ugh, you know. But it do be like that, you know. I understand that I have been not so much oversleeping, but more so I have been going to sleep at really late hours, which I definitely should avoid because I do tend to save everything that I have to do for the last quarter of the day, and that's something that I definitely don't gotta make an habit out of, because you know it is definitely bad. I don't gotta make a habit out of it, as people often say. An habit, a habit. I guess people do pronounce the H. You know? I don't gotta make a habit out of it. A habit and habit? No, I believe it is a habit. There we go. It is one of those things that, you know, as a non-native English speaker, it still catches me off guard. Which I guess it's understandable, you know. I do gotta fluff up my hair a little bit. I gotta give it some volume, as people would often say. But yeah, but so far I've been having a really nice Friday, and I hope that you guys have been having a lovely Friday just as much, you know, just as much, because you guys deserve a nice Friday, as people would often say. In this past 2 weeks, I've been mostly resting, I gotta be honest, but I've also been working on some cool stuff. And that cool stuff is gonna be coming out soon, hopefully, maybe. I don't know. It is... When it comes to, like, recording music, I always think that it is an iterative kind of work. We often gotta go back and record a lot of stuff, and you gotta do this, and you gotta do that, and you gotta do it for a couple of months, I guess, until it actually, like, sounds the way, not the way you want it to, but on a way that you feel like you are okay with it. Granted, when it comes to, like, recording music, it is possible to, like, have you know, results that you know, the kind of results that you're, you know, hoping for, I guess, to call it somehow. But you know, there's only so much that you can do with virtual instruments. Granted, I've been working with a set of instrument, like VSTs, like virtual instruments that do sound the way that I do want them to sound. But it is true that if I had an orchestra with me, if I had, like, a real guitarist, because I did mention this last stream, but I did try to record some guitars for the next song that I'm working. Hi Rex, how you doing? Welcome in. You just catch me talking about the whole ordeals that a musician has to go through when recording instruments and so on and so forth. And I was just rambling about the fact that I am not a guitarist. I do not play guitar. I technically don't know how to play guitar, but I'm powering through my how's it called? My necessity of having to record some guitars, and I've been going through it, and it's been a learning experience more than anything. It's been a learning experience. I don't really like the way my hair looks like today. I gotta be honest with it. I guess it looks a little bit better. It just doesn't flow as good as other days, but it do be like. But yeah, how you doing, Rex? Welcome in. Just women stuff here, women stuff that I really don't like how it looks like today. I guess I could just do it. Then shove it to one side. I don't know. I just don't like the way my hair looks today. That's just about it. It just be like that. I don't know. Hey, you're not good. I hope your hair is gorgeous. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's just that I don't know. It just hasn't been flowing that flowy, I guess. From for the past couple of days. And I guess the more that I touch it, it's gonna flow less because we do have oil on our fingertips, and the more that I keep touching it, the less that is gonna flow. But it do be like that. I don't gotta worry too much about it. But yeah, sure enough, I am not a guitarist, but I do keep saying that. But I've been having so much fun recording guitar because I haven't really been using chord shapes more than anything since the song that I'm recording for is rock. You either gotta worry only about two frets at a time, and you only gotta give it your actual energy because rock does demand a lot of energy. But if you're having fun, it doesn't really feel like you're expelling too much energy, if that makes any sense. I don't know how to describe this, but I'm having fun. That's what I'm trying to say. I've been recording guitars despite not being a guitarist, and I've been having so much fun. Just going at it like that. It feels fun. It definitely gets some energy out of you, and in a good way, So I've been having so much fun recording guitars. I do tend to not give myself enough credit. I do say the first thing that I do say, oh, I'm not a guitarist, so obviously the results and everything. But no, I've been having fun, and it's been sounding quite well, actually. For somebody who doesn't know how to play guitar, it's been sounding quite well. So expect some good results, everybody. Expect some good results. So I gotta be more positive about my the things that I do. Even for the things that I know how to do that I do gotta be more positive about it. But yeah, I'm doing well. The bottom line is I'm doing well. I hope that everybody here is doing just as well. I have a banana milkshake with kefir. If you guys know what kefir is, you guys already know what's up. I love kefir. So bon appetit, guys. Man, it's really frothy. You guys know that feeling when you do I guess a milkshake and more than anything, and then it becomes really frothy. I love that feeling. So that's what I be doing. That's what I be doing this fine Friday. And yeah, I did start a little bit quite late. I gotta be honest. It's already gonna be 1 p.m. for me, and I usually start at 12 p.m. for me. At my usual hours. But today I did oversleep. Thing is, I did announce, my usual 1 hour prior announcement, that I was gonna do of this stream. And then I was like, okay, let me close my eyes for 5 minutes. 5 minutes, it's gonna be enough, And by the time that I opened them, it was already gonna be 12 p.m. So I don't really know what happened. It didn't feel like an hour happened. So maybe, I don't know if you guys have played Mortal Kombat Deception. I don't know if it was Deception or... No, it must have been Deception or Deadly Alliance. I believe it must have been Deadly Alliance. I don't know. The one that has the Conquest mode. in that conquest mode, you can pass time by just meditating. And I feel like something like that happens in real life because I did not feel like I slept for like another hour. Granted, I did feel well rested, but it didn't feel like an hour passed. It definitely felt like 5 minutes had passed, but it, I time travel or whatever. I don't know how it happens. What is consciousness even? To begin with. I could get an ice cream sandwich. God damn, that's a nice treat right there. Ice cream sandwiches are really nice. I should get them. So, I have a lot of freezes on my, in my freezer. I have some freezes. I don't know if you guys know what freezes are. Those are those kind of, big blobs of ice that are inside a bag, and they had like food coloring or just a juice. I can share one. That would be really nice. Thank you. If only that was, possible through the internet. Someday it will. Although technically speaking, there is an extension that people can use to actually buy meals for streamers, but I don't have the audience for that, and I don't know if I have the heart for that. But thank you. The intention is what counts. That's what I'm trying to say. Thank you, Rex. Thank you. But yeah, today we're gonna be playing some Yoshi's Island. We're gonna be going through it. It's gonna be so much fun. I feel like we can finish this maybe today. I am aware that this game has at least six worlds, maybe? I don't know. And we are gonna be finishing World 4 because last time I just couldn't, stay awake. I don't know. It was one of those days in which I felt a little bit like sleepy. Oh, I don't know. And I was like, yeah, guys, I'm gonna be finishing this world like next stream, and there you go. There goes the eyes. I wonder if there's a. Here you go. Thank you. I wonder if there's an ice cream sandwich emote or emoji. I feel like there was, but I don't know if they take it away. I don't know. When it comes to like the emoji association or whatever, they do take away some emojis that we often, well, more than anything, we often don't use, but some people do use them. But yeah, thank you, Rex, thank you. There we go. Yum yum yum! It feels like I'm consuming that ice cream, eh? Wow, I do have some ice cream on my freezer though, in my freezer. I hope that I have them in my freezer, because if I have them on my freezer, they would melt down. Because that's just how English works. But yeah, thank you. Anyways, let's start with the game, and hopefully everything will be alright. I don't know why, I often imply that maybe that. Well, I mean, you never know what's gonna happen. But yeah, sure enough. Let us go into the game, y'all. Let us go into the game. You guys know how these things go. Let us go into the game. Let's go and let's go. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. But yeah, I've been getting my red achievements. This song. It's an amazing song. You already know how it sounds. And yeah, as a general reminder, those clouds on the, on the island, they kind of look like Among Us. I'm not gonna lie. They kind of look like Among Us, from time to time. But yeah, sure enough, I've been playing with Orchestral remix kind of OST, and it's been such a lovely experience. So, if you guys wanna give this game a play, a playthrough, just for the lols, patching the ROM with the necessary files isn't too complicated, but I did have to go through a couple of hoops and loops to actually get the orchestral OST going on, but it isn't too complicated. If you guys need assistance, I guess check out my Discord server or check out the tutorial that the developer who made this patch for the music. They actually made one, and you guys could just look it up, I guess. But were the loops fruity though? I mean, I guess if it was through, if it happened in Pride Month, I guess they would be fruity enough. But for some people, Pride Month is all year round, I guess. So I guess they were fruity enough. I mean, this game is really colorful, so I'm tempted to say that it was fruity enough. Let me see if I can go around. Real weird. Oh, is there any way for me to go around here? Big yippee, as people would often say. Can I not go? Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Look at this Koopa, y'all. How do you think people back in the day felt like when they saw this game? Because seeing this kind of graphics, you know, at the time, it must have felt like, you know, like, oh, games are becoming, you know, like unstoppable. Like if you check out Mario World, for example, and then you see this game, like imagine seeing the difference as a 5-year-old or an 8-year-old. You know, imagine you know, witnessing this game as a kid. How cool must have felt. You see graphics like this. That and Donkey Kong Country. Although if I do recall correctly, this may be just, you know, like fake news or whatever. But I do recall people saying that Shigeru Miyamoto used to not like Donkey Kong Country for the fact that people were like, oh yeah, look at the graphics and look at the game, man. And he felt like people were not looking at the gameplay as a whole, you know. So I don't know. I don't know. Big that kind of reminds me of Sakura Card Captor or Card Captor Sakura, because she also goes ue. But at least in the Japanese version, she goes ue. She's just a silly billy. Can I? Yes. Okay, that was interesting, eh? I gotta be honest. I've never watched Card Captor Sakura on, you know, on the original, I guess, audio. I've always experienced Card Captor Sakura with Latin American dub, and I know that I may be missing out on some stuff, but you know, it's still really fun. Eh? It's a nice dub. It's what I grew up with anyway, so. But I should definitely give the OG. Wow, look at all the stars. I should give the OG version a try. I don't really know if they got some stuff. As far as I am concerned, they didn't. And quite possibly the version that I watched had some of the Japanese scenes which were not dubbed, still in Japanese, as a complimentary kind of deal, so that you don't really miss anything. I don't know. That's what some sub slash dub slash resub kind of groups do from time to time. I really hope that I won't mess this up. Hey, could you please jump? Could you please jump? I guess I could also just do that. Oh man, I gotta go back. I was waiting for this thing to jump. Again. I call it thing, but it's, you know, I should call it for what it is. It's a fish. A good fish. Could you please jump, fish? Oh man, I need shells. For the people in the US, how good of a gas station is Shell? Because whenever I do see a Shell, you know, being you know, shown in like a video or something, I don't really think of a gas station. I don't know why Shell doesn't really strike me as a gas station. It's really funky of a thing to say, but for some reason it just doesn't strike me as a gas station. Oh, have I? Did I really not? Oh, come on. Well, let me see what I can do. Can I really not ground pound that well? There we go. Well, I have a key now, but I need some shells. I need a secret from the low with a little bit of I and a little bit of O. Well, actually, that's not so true because it is not so much that he needs a secret. He already has a secret. I mean, I already have the key. Should I go there? I guess I'm gonna keep on going here. I love that violin line. That fiddle line. There we go. Popping balloons, popping balloons. We gotta popping balloons. Let me monitor my camera because it's been a little bit of a bit since I last saw this thing like disconnected on its own, and I kind of want to see if it does it again. Hopefully not, but I don't know. My camera just be like that sometimes. Where is my camera? My camera source. The camera source, not the camera source. There we go. I love this song. I love that it sounds really like that. I don't know how to describe it. It just sounds like that. Horrible. I can remove my tumbler. And then just the way I like it. You guys ready to pop some balloons? Put them balloons. Pop the ground to pop balloons. Find the correct one to win it. Oh, wow, eh? And I was taking my damn swift time with that one, eh? I don't know. There may be a more efficient way to ground pound on low altitude. I just don't know yet. What do we have here? This is one of my favorite songs, period. One of my favorite songs, you know, from the game. Let me get them stars, you know. I don't even know what those things are, but I'm eating them, you know. They kind of look like cacti. I don't even know. It would be correct to call them that. Ow. Well, they do sting, eh? And Lord, do they sting, eh? That guy. Have you guys ever seen a jumping shy guy? I guess he's not that shy as people would think. I don't know. It was a bad joke. Look at them fishy, yo. Would it be possible for me to just go down here and then do my usual stuff? Let's see. Kinda wanna try. I guess as long as that thing doesn't go. Oh, it is not shallow enough. Shallow? Deep. I guess it is not that deep. It's not that deep, dude. I kind of remember a guy, you know, commenting that on the JonTron video that Starla did. You know, because I did comment on how much I do appreciate that somebody has done a video about, you know, JonTron, because I did enjoy it. I did used to enjoy his videos. I still do from time to time. And I made like several pages comment about, you know, like, oh, thank you so much for, you know, doing this video and so on and so forth. And then a guy just goes, it's not that deep, dude. And then I just decided to go full anime on them and be like, Demo, JonTron-san would be totemo angry with me, and you know, it wouldn't be sugoi, and so on and so forth. And then people really like that comment because you know, I was just taking the piss out of them. Really funny. Let me respond the enemies because I need them eggs. You know, even still, I do some some anime references. I'm just kawaii like that, you know. What can I say? Then another one. Oh, come on, eh? And just like that, we need to do it all over again, eh? I gotta learn how to lock my shots, you know. You can do so with the bumpers. Well, at least I call them bumpers. I know that technically speaking, they were not bumpers. I mean, what were they even in, you know, called in the SNES controller? I don't even know, dude. I did not grow up with the SNES, so I don't really know much of the terminology that you can get from, you know, just playing the game, you know, reading the manuals and so on and so forth. It do be like that for real. It do be. I gotta say, even though we're still technically in, you know, in full swing of the summer, it doesn't feel as hot. So I guess that's a good thing, but it is also a bad thing, I guess. Mostly because, you know, how the whole world is changing and everything. I guess I could just avoid him. That would be the most sane thing to do, I guess. There we go. Okay, you could just spam the shots one after the other, so that's not too bad. Let's see what I can do. Can I, by a miracle of life... Yeah, there we go. Blip. And then another one. Aha, that guy didn't see it coming. You won't see me coming till I strike. I need to watch that anime, dude. The Count of Monte Cristo. It's one of those animes that I... Technically speaking, I did get to watch when I was a kid, but I didn't watch it at full. And I for sure don't think that I fully understood or grasped what it was about. Mostly because I did not watch it at full. But I only knew that the song was made by the same singer from The Strokes. No, The Strokes, no. The Stranglers, there we go. The ones that made Golden Brown. The one that goes golden brown, texture like sun, brings me down to my with my feelings. You know that song? The singer made part of the soundtrack and the opening and the ending of that anime. Which I find it really cool because I don't think that he has worked with any other anime studio for a project like that. And you know, it's one of those kind of one-off kind of deals that, you know, some artists do. Which I find it really cool. Not the fact that it is a one-off, or maybe that's part of the appeal, maybe. I don't know. Look at me just throwing these eggs around, Wow, Me get my eggs going on. I was gonna say that definitely did something. Let's see what we can find over here. There's bound to be something really cool. Just like in all things in life. There is a lesson. There is a lesson. Kind of makes you think that maybe, well, I don't know, since these things just become eggs. Well, of course he eats them, you know. There's no further mystery to it. They just die. Oh, I almost got that guy. Almost. But I got my stuff going on. What happens if I do put them in the water? Will he drown? Ow. There we go. Oh, that guy's doomed for all eternity. Unless I do this, Okay, no, that guy is actually like Doom. There's a lot of death in video games. No wonder people used to say that, you know, video games were really violent and whatever. But you know, such is the nature of the beast, as people would often say. Ow. Ow. Oh, come on, dude. The right guy. I kinda wonder what those guys are. They don't really exactly look like, you know, like enemies that you would often see around in the game. Although maybe we do see them, like, you know, from time to time. I just haven't noticed it. Just because I kill everything, or everything kills me just as much. It is all part of the process, as people would often say. As a flag we used to say, in this world, it's either kill or be killed. It's been fun going through Undertale again, I gotta be honest. It is one of those games that you don't really play as often as you would, you know, from the release date, you know. Like, in comparison to the release date, yeah, a lot of people are not playing Undertale, but people still play it, you know. Even from time to time, and even for the people that did used to play it quite a lot back in the day, we still play it from time to time. It is just a neat experience. We're not bound to remember everything and anything, and with the new updates, of course, there's gonna be like cool stuff. I feel like I could have tried running the Switch version. Ow. But I don't know. Thing is, since I don't have a Switch, but how would you be running the Switch version? Yeah, take a guess. Since I don't have a Switch, I haven't really experienced the fight with Mew Mew or whatever her name is. Meow Meow style, Meow Meow power, Meow Meow whatever. Don't remember what they say in Meow Meow. Tokyo Meow Meow, Tokyo Mew Mew, or Meow Meow Power, depending on how you experience that anime. Look at those guys. So not even the Koopa shells are a match for this guy. That's quite interesting. But yeah, sure enough, I know that that's the only like extra battle that they added in the Switch version, which I find it interesting that they did. I kind of wonder if that's something that Toby wanted it to do, or maybe they asked him to do it. You know. I guess there's no real mystery to it. Like of course, he enjoys Nintendo games. You know. I mean, his game is basically Earthbound, right? Like Earthbound 4, I guess. I don't know. I mean, in essence. So. Okay. So of course he was gonna have a little bit of more of a soft spot for the Nintendo release, which I can definitely, you know, respect. You know, it is all part of being a fan, being a gamer. That's what Ray used to say. Got him, eh? Blib blib. Oh, it was the end of the game, of the level, then. You know. Anyway, I was really close to the exit. Lemao. But yeah, eventually I feel like if I do give Undertale another playthrough, I'm definitely gonna try to see if I can get the Switch version going on. Because I want to fight the Tokyo Mew Mew, whatever, battle. Hi, Sir Cat, how you doing? Welcome in, You just catch me rambling about Undertale. Because, man, oh man, I love Undertale. I've been going through it quite recently. Hell yeah, we're grooving in the chat. or today rather, because it is still, you know, daytime for me. But yeah, how you doing, Cat? Welcome in. Right, like the winner. Right on time. I don't remember the tone. I don't even. I mean, now that I think about it, I don't even know how to, you know, get the tone of a song. Just like that. That was a bad mistake of my end, on my end. But we live in the we learn. How you doing, Cat? Welcome in. Welcome in. Happy Friday, y'all. Happy Friday. I don't know if Bunk is gonna show up, but you know, in the behalf of Bunk, happy Friday. For real. How you doing, Cat? Mario music is just amazing, eh? So yeah, for everybody who just joined in, which is like one person, I get that. Yeah, I'm playing with the orchestral OST, which is a remix. Like, Jesus Christ, that thing flew. It is a cool remix that people did. I don't know if the guy who did the mod also made the music. I'm kind of tempted to say that maybe he didn't, but who knows? Whoa, whoa, whoa. That sure was a thing. Oh man, I messed that up. Man, I don't really have any egos. Gotta try and see where this thing actually, like, you know, gets me to. And just like that, we did it, everybody. I don't have any eggs. What's up with this guy, huh? What's up with this guy? He looks funky, he looks funny. And he disappeared. But at least I have two of these guys. Oh, I feel like I know exactly why these guys are a bad omen. Because they do take a spot out of my egg spot. I don't even know if that's what they're called. But they do take a spot out of my egg inventory, I guess. That's really bad. I don't really know how to lose this guy. I mean, do I even want to? That's kind of the question that you gotta ask yourself. You gotta ask yourself before you answer yourself. I don't even know. I got nothing, eh? Ow. But I'm extra chatty today. I just been noticing. I've been extra chatty. I guess that's the result of just oversleeping, I guess. I'm full of energy, that's what I'm trying to say. Is there a way for me to move the camera, by the way? I feel like that's something that I was, you know, thought about at the beginning of the game, but I just forgot about it. I don't know if there's a way for me to move the camera around it. Maybe there is, maybe there is. I mean, it was possible to do so on the original Mario World. And so you guys may know, this is technically Mario World 2, Electric Boogaloo. There's a lot of coins over here, which I guess technically speaking, it would make this game Super Mario World 2, but also Super Mario Brothers 4. Which I guess it could technically mean that the second version of this game could be Super Mario Bros. 5. I don't know. There might be a way or a reason more than anything for which they didn't decide to not continue the number of games. You know, what do I know? I don't work at Nintendo. I don't have an uncle that works at Nintendo. When it comes to consoles and such, I do remember that people used to say that, you know, I have an uncle that works at Nintendo, and some people may say, you know, Phil Spencer is my uncle, you know, when it comes to Xbox. But I don't think there's an equivalent for like PlayStation. Is there? I don't feel like there is. But if there is, let me know, because, you know, I do want to get in them jokes, you know. Wanna be in the know. of them jokes. The funny hahas, as people would often say. Speaking about nobody panic, the bunk has landed. Hell yeah. How you doing, Bunk? Welcome in, eh? The Bunkinator in the chat. Happy Friday, Jesus Christ, this is a situation and a half, Let me go, eh? And just like that, oh. There we go, eh? Ain't that amazing, eh? Happy Real Friday, hell yeah. Happy Real Friday, everybody. How you doing, Bunk? I know that technically speaking, I did start my stream a little bit late, and I'm sorry for that. But you know, it feel like that. Let me move my camera a little bit. I feel like I am very off center. I am very off center. Let me move my camera so that I can go here. I'm definitely not harmonizing very well today. And by that I mean, you know, with the music. Music made me lose control. Music made me lose control. I mean, I'm late too, so I'll let it slide this time. Yeah, for real. But there won't be a next time, eh? Says Bunker. Next time, there will be no next time, said Skittles. Or Eminem, I don't know what his name is. Eh? But yeah, sure enough, I hope that everybody's having a lovely Friday. Because I love Friday. I've been saying hook build the Cuckoo's Castle. I've been saying love like, you know, with that infliction. You know, instead of love I do say love. Because that's something I guess kind of a reference, you know, when it comes to Ghost Goat, which is really cool. I love that guy, you know. It's really cool. One day I'll be able to maintain streaks. No worries, Stella. I know. First of all, hi, how you doing? Welcome in, eh? And second of all, no worries. I know that, first of all, I do stream on a kind of an inconvenient time slot, you know, for you, eh? Because it is the start of your day, and there's a lot of stuff to do, and stuff and such like that, you know. That guy definitely squirts a lot of lava. Me when I just getting my morning stuff going before I head to work. No worries, yeah. I'm glad that, you know, I can be there to help with the preparations for everybody's, you know, beginning of the day. I wonder if I can kill this guy. Well, I guess it was a little bit too late. God does say he loves stuff, yeah, for real. He does love some stuff. But yeah, one day if the schedules allows it, you will one day have a 100 stream streak. Haha, look at that guy. Look at that loser. He went back to the lab. Can I go down there, man? Yeah, I believe. That was a sound and a half. I don't even know what that meant. Can I push? Okay. What is... Oh. Interesting. Just gonna go away. I kinda wonder if I can also... You know... break those, but I guess it doesn't really matter. It's just that I sleep like shit and you start streaming before I wake up. By the time I actually awake enough to check stuff, you usually stop streaming. So that would be... Well, I mean, I do stream for like 3 hours, goddamn. That is true. I mean... I don't even know if it is possible to like watch a VOD or like, you know, like shorts or whatever, or like stories or whatever, or clips or whatever, to maintain the stream streaks. I don't think that's possible anymore. But I know what you mean. You know, you would rather watch a stream and then just, you know, have a VOD in the background. It doesn't always trigger for some reason. Not until I have a big... God, yeah, it is true. Someday, when things get a little bit more stable, I guess, for your sleep, I do hope, you know, that maybe, you know, the schedules will line up. I used to wake up just as you're going live, so I have some time, but now my sleep schedule is sad. It do be like that. Oh yeah, Cal is here. Cool Cal. With C's, not with K, right? You know. Yeah, it sometimes be like that. My hypothesis is that eventually your sleep schedule will just line itself up, because it is like moving itself little by little, you know, from time slot to time slot, and maybe eventually you will. My controller just stop working, and then eventually you will just, you know, come back around to, you know, waking up at like 12 p.m. or like maybe even 9 a.m. I don't know. It definitely could be a thing that, you know, your schedule is just moving little by little, to the right and to the left. It is a really funky hypothesis, but you know, who knows? I mean, I'm not a sleeping doctor, so a sleep doctor. So I don't know, man. So what happened with that cloud? Oh gee, that would have been wonderful to have. I don't have any more eggs. But other than that, I'm really happy to have you here, you know. I'm glad that eventually, you know, the schedule does line up from time to time. Granted, I did start late today, so I guess that was kind of a better coincidence, you know, coincidence for the better. I don't think I'll ever be able to wake up before 12 unless I actually re-look into my sleep shit. Just sucks that I'm not getting up until well after 2. I've been experiencing that for the past couple of weeks. Well, maybe technically speaking, the past couple of weeks. Because since I have like 2-3 weeks out of work, I guess, I don't really have a reason for me to just wake up at like, you know, 12 p.m. or before. So, given the opportunity, I have been sleeping up until 3 p.m. So, I do feel you on that. I don't go through the same problems like you do, and I do gotta recognize that. But it is true that if we don't really have a reason, or like I guess something that requires us to be up a little bit more you know, up earlier, we don't really do that anymore. I mean, you would think that maybe since I've been on that schedule, you know, waking up at like 12 p.m. and then, you know, getting ready to go to work, maybe I would be used to it, and I wouldn't really like sleep until late. But no, I do. It may also be my body just being like, hey, you're tired, you had a big week, a long week, a lot of months, and that's just my body just being like, hey, you need to rest. But then again, I've also been going to sleep at like 5 in the morning, so we do kind of share the schedule, but not for the same reason, but we kind of go through the similar, like, you know, process of going to sleep late and then waking up later, which is kind of what happened today, because that's one of the reasons why I started my stream a little bit late. But I do recognize that I'm definitely not going through the same thing that you're going through. But yeah, if given the chance, please look into your sleeping stuff, you know, your sleep stuff, because I do get worried. Yeah. I know that maybe there's not enough time, you know, of the day to get worried about it, you know, on your end, but I guess I do get worried enough for the both of us. I'm glad that did not decapitate me, or the baby. We'll definitely have to get something fixed, because with how I'm currently sleeping, my hours get cut in half. Despite falling asleep for 9 hours, I actually only realistically got 3-4 hours to sleep because of how often I wake up. I do keep on wondering what it is. you do mention that your sinuses do get blocked when you are, you know, like laying down. And I did mention the possibility that maybe sleeping on a reclining couch could help, but it is true that there's not enough space, there's not enough money, there's not a way to get it into the apartment. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, money and space are the factors, you know, that kind of suck when it comes to like getting a reclining chair. Or even then, I kind of wonder if it would be, well, not really possible. I guess you could kind of make some kind of not fort, but if you can get like a ton of pillows and then you can put them at the beginning of your bed, and then you just, you know, lay down there, you know, trying to sleep sitting instead of laying down. Maybe that could work. To be honest, sleeping is just black magic. I used to have problems with just like that, and there's a lot of the usual things people say to fix it. Yeah, none of it really worked. Then one day it magically fixed itself. I don't know how that shit works. It do be like that sometimes. I also really feel like sleeping could also be. Thank you so much. Could also be a little bit of a black magic thing, because I love water. I have my water right here. I also have a banana milkshake, by the way. I also feel like there's some magic to it as well, because I did experience something. Oh, Jesus Christ! My bottle was gonna fall. I did experience something of a time traveling stuff myself. I don't know why. Because the whole reason why I was late on beginning this stream was that I was like, hey, I know that I do have stream today, and I just announced that there was gonna be a stream, you know, an hour from now. It was 11 p.m. And I was like, what if I just close my eyes for like 5 minutes? Just 5 minutes more, you know, until I do feel like refreshed and everything. I closed my eyes for a little bit. I opened them up again. And it's now 12 p.m. Yeah, you pulled it down more. I don't know why it happens or how it happens, but it is true that, yeah, he has mentioned that before, that he just goes like, okay, just 5 minutes, and then boom, an hour and an hour and a half just passed, you know. It do be like that, and then 5 hours passed. Yeah, Rex is over here. Rex has been, you know, hanging out. For real. And but yeah, I imagine that for him it has been like way longer sometimes, you know, 5 hours maybe. I don't even know. How does time even work? And that is something that I do think that sometimes does happen in real life, you know. I don't know if you guys have played Mortal Kombat Deception or even Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. I don't even know. I don't remember which one it was. Oh, come on. But there's a minigame called The Conquest, which is like a storyline that you can actually play. And the way you make time pass is just by meditating. And I feel like maybe it is possible to do that in real life, you know? There's no real explanation on why I just slept for like an extra hour, but just felt like 2 minutes happened. Like, what even is the perspective of time, you know? Time is just relative like that. It would be like that. A multitude of things happen when I'm trying to sleep. Sometimes my eyes just open on their own, like they're literally fighting me back. I have felt that. I don't fight it back because I do feel like, you know, my eyes kinda itch or hurt a little bit. They hurt a little bit. Like it feels like there's a pressure on top of my eyes. And that's when I think, maybe I should just keep them, you know, open a little bit. And then they close on their own. It's really weird. So yeah, don't fight them. Don't fight them. Make them, let them be open for a little bit, and they're gonna like close on their own. Sometimes I just have night terrors that wake me up. I haven't really felt that in a good while, but I have only felt, you know, that sensation when you are laying down and then you feel like you're going to fall down, and then you wake up a little bit like that. I have felt that before. Not as often as other times though. But I have all that. Oh, so that was just for an extra thing. I mean, how am I gonna deal with this stuff? That thing looks breakable. So if I had been streaming for like a madman lately, yes, I've been noticing that. It's been a little bit of a while since I last watched his stream. Granted, that's not a conscious decision on my end. He just happens to stream the same at the same time that I do it. Ow. So I haven't really been able to catch up on the stream. But what's he been playing? The last time that I saw him streaming, he was playing Hitman, I believe. EP coin, singular coin. Yeah, sounds like black magic. Yeah, for real. Sounds like monkey magic. Monkey magic. I gotta one day watch that show, you know, the Monkey Magic show. I don't know. I know it is not called Monkey Magic, but it is a show based on Journey to the West. But I just don't remember the name of it. Okay, so am I gonna go on about this? I guess I could do this. Guess that's a little bit better. I guess I could also just do the other. I also could do that. Yeah, I've been flipping between you guys for the morning routine. I think the game he's been playing is called Look Outside. Isn't that the game that Stooge played, Stalin? Isn't that the game? It does sound familiar, eh? Look Outside, I feel like that's the game that Stooge used to play. Or at least, I mean, can I even do this? Look Outside was the RPG Stooge played, yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, that's where that emote comes from, yeah, with Charles. Yeah, we love Charles, man. Man, that's an amazing game. Whoa. Ooh, there we go. Man, I love this soundtrack. Bip. Oh, I could have just come from this side. Oh, I didn't know it. Interesting, yeah. Well, I'm glad that I kind of went through that because I know that I can go through that. When are you gonna do a playthrough of that, Starlight? Actually, yeah, I don't think you've been playing any. I don't think you've been playing. I don't think you have played any RPG, technically speaking. I know that you have played Pokemon. Obviously, you have played Zelda. Technically speaking, Zelda. Yeah, you. I mean, yeah, technically speaking, Zelda's an RPG, isn't it? But yeah, an RPG Maker game. I'm literally streaming an RPG. Well, not. Well, I mean, yeah, I gotta be a little bit more specific. An RPG game. Yeah. So that I didn't hear Maker, yeah. No, I did say just RPG, and then I was like, wait, technically speaking, you have played some RPGs. And then I said Maker. An RPG Maker game could be cool. I was like, what the fuck do you mean I don't play RPGs, eh? No, but like real RPGs, eh? But I got the key. I haven't played any 2D ones, at least on stream. That is true. Although technically speaking, well, no, even the new Zelda ones that are supposed to be 2D are 3D. I was confused too, yeah, for real. Starla, have you ever worn glasses before? I still remember that one. I'm sorry, it did came out very genuinely on my end. I guess I just forgot that you do use glasses sometimes, you know? Sometimes do you use glasses all the time? Well, not really. Sometimes you do not use them. You know, for like cosplays and everything. But I do remember that time I genuinely asked, Stella, have you ever worn glasses? And it was a genuine, you know, a genuine question that I, you know, because I had a brain for it. It was really funky. So I guess I could also, I guess I can only go through that place over here. But yeah, playing an RPG Maker game could be cool, you know, to do it on stream. I've only done it once, I believe. I played a game called IB, or as I like to pronounce it, IB. And I played the remake of it because I'm very much accustomed to playing the OG version, you know, the actual RPG Maker version. I don't really know what engine they used for the remake, but you know, I did play through the other one. Stop trying to fish the baby. There you go. I started doing a workout thing called Dragonflex. I think they do sound familiar. Dragonflex. What were they about? I guess you're explaining it. Really harsh workout on my legs and abs, but they're apparently the best way to get them out. Isn't that the... No, those are not crisscrosses. Aren't those the one that you go like ascetic head, like, you know, dancing the ascetic head, like you go boom and then boom? What were the dragon flags? I mean, everybody also seems to have a different like name for like stuff. Some people call jumping jacks just jumping squats, or just jumping crisscross sometimes. Right? Everybody seems to have a different name for stuff sometimes. Dragon flags. I gotta remember which ones are those. I'll search them up later, I guess. Or you could describe them, I guess. I've been also working out little by little, you know, from time to time. Look, everybody, I'm playing Arkanoid, right? Oh, look at that egg going, I love when eggs do that. Eggs gonna give it to you. You lay flat on your back, grab something above your head, and lift your legs up all the way until the... Okay, yeah, I know which one you're referring to, yeah, off the ground. Then you slowly lower your legs back on the ground. Those are tremendously good when it comes to, like, you know, working out your core more than anything. Yeah? Sometimes I do kind of like a variation of that, but it's more so you keep your legs parallel to the ground and lift it a little bit, and then when they are lifted, you open them and then you close them. And the part that is like the most, I guess, not tedious, but the part that makes it work is that you also do that with your arms, and then you try to stretch them out. It's kind of like a crunch with trying to stabilize your core while lifting up your legs. I don't really know what those are called. I guess if I find a video on it, I could just, you know, share it with you guys. But I don't really know the name of it. I only know that it does burn quite a lot. Even when laying down on the bed, which is technically a thing that you're not supposed to do, but if you need lumbar support, you can't do that. But it does burn quite a lot. And I also do work out from time to time. I don't really have the time, or I guess the will, to work out for like an hour straight, like I used to back in high school or middle school, and even the beginning of uni. Like, I don't work out for like 2 hours straight anymore. So what I do is I do sometimes get up when I do remember to get up, and then I do like a lot of cardio. I do get my heartbeat going up fast for like an entire minute, and then I rest. I do something, you know, around the house, like I make coffee, I prepare some dishes, you know, some dishes. Well, I mean some food, and then I do it all over again. I do some crunches, like standing crunches, standing planks, or, you know, as elevated as a plank as I could do, like standing up, or just do jumping jacks and stuff, you know. The target is just, you know, getting my heartbeat, you know, rising as fast as I can for like an entire minute, you know, within reason. And that activates, you know, your body. Because, as people would often say, a little bit of exercise is best and not a lot of exercise. And even then, it is way better than not exercise at all. Oh no, brother. What's gonna be going down, eh? Oh, look at that coupe, eh? I've also been thinking about getting some basic arm weights to get rid of the excess fat on my biceps upper arms. Besides the small bit of fat in my arms and my stomach, basically. That would be a good idea. What I do is the kind of... What is it called? Hi Kita, how you doing? Welcome in. Yoshi Story next is based on... It's based on what? Yoshi Story next. The one that I do is, I don't know if I can describe it like over here. I guess I could describe it with Morgana, I guess. What I sometimes do to get rid of the fat like over here on my triceps is that I do this. When I do find like a table or something, and then I do this. I go one, and then if you have an arm weight, for example, like a weight, like a 5 kilo weight, or maybe like a 10 kilo weight, or just a weight that you're comfortable with, right? Just grab a weight. Imagine that this is the weight, right? And then you get a little bit of an elevation going on, right? And then you get your arm, and then you keep it behind, you put it behind your body, like 1, like 2, like 3, and this works out the triceps over here, and even if those are called triceps, this part over here, and that gets rid of the fat really well. Even if you don't have fat, even if you don't have weights laying around, you could just do it like that, and you could capitalize on the fact that since you don't have weight, you can do it a little bit faster, so you can just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that. And that also helps with cardio, because since you're gonna be doing a lot of fast repetitions, you will be working out this part of your arm while also getting that that blood pumping. That Morgana plush is very cute. Thank you. It has a really funny design. It is more than anything, it is cross-eyed, and second of all, it is a bootleg kind of deal. But I love her so much. I love him so much. I used to believe that Morgana was a girl, mostly because his name ends with an A. You know how Spanish works. But I keep it over. Yeah. But yeah, I used to believe that Morgana was a girl, more than anything, because I have not played Persona 5. Maybe I will after I finish Lost Odyssey. But yeah, check out that workout thing. Just grab your arm and then pull it behind you like this. Pull it behind you. Do it fast if you don't have some weights. Obviously, do it slow at first. To get the motion going on, and that works a lot with the triceps. Little Koopa, come through for me now. Go forth and rock Yoshi's world. Excuse me, this is called Yoshi's Island, not Yoshi's World. Although, isn't that the name of another game, Yoshi's World? I don't remember. I know that there's Yoshi's Island and then there's Yoshi's Story. There we go. There's no Yoshi's World. Stop with that guy. He looks funky. I don't have more eggs. What am I supposed to do if I don't have eggs? Ow. Oh no, he's just puking them, man. What happens if I just keep on doing this? Like, isn't that guy just gonna die because he's gonna start puking blood or something? I know realistically that's not gonna happen, but I like to believe that's gonna be the case. Mostly because it would be very convenient for me. I want you to you. Oh no, brother. But I mean, that's why I have a lot of room. Isn't that a little bit too barbaric, Then another one. Woo! I love the sound effects of this game. What is that guy trying to do? He's trying some mad stuff, you know? I don't like the sorcery he's pulling out. I like the song, by the way. Oh. Jesus Christ. Yeah, another one. Another one. Another one. And we only repeat this one more. Rinse and repeat. Ow. Also, I commented about the recording of the guitars that I've been doing for the song, and despite me not being a guitarist, I've been having quite a lot of fun tracking the guitars. It's been a new experience for me, you know, because I haven't really played guitar with a pick before, because I'm a bassist when it comes to, like, you know, any kind of like string instruments. I'm a bassist, so playing a guitar with a pick has been a new experience. But I gotta be honest, I've been having quite a lot of fun just going at it, just going like like that. It's been really fun. So yeah, it is a new experience for everybody, including me. Well, mostly me. So I don't know. Maybe I will pick up that guitar more often. It just feels really fun to play the guitar. And just like that, like the Ottoman Empire, we conquered another land. We have now reached the semi-final, semi-last, the second to last world of this game. So we gotta truck on, everybody. We gotta truck on. We gotta get that game going. Blizzard. 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 Oh, wait, no, that's Lizard. Look at those effects, everybody. Look at those effects. Imagine being a kid in the 90s and then, you know, witnessing that. Oh, man, it is actually like becoming more. Ow! I was not expecting that. Let me see if I can... There we go. I really hope that that guy is not gonna come back anytime soon. Can I? No. Oh no, brother. He comes back. I know that a lot of people don't like that sound. I don't really mind it. I guess I'm in the minority of people that do not mind that the sound of Baby Mario just outright just, you know, crying his eyes out a lot. It kind of happens the same with Ashley in Resident Evil 4. I don't really mind her just going, Leon, help, Leon, Leon, help, Leon, Leon, like that. I don't mind it. I guess it's an old habit, you know, just listening to them sounds and going like, oh, here we go again. It's all part of the job, you know, all part of the process. What's up with that guy? Gotta rest it out a little bit till I get my counter going on. Beep, 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 beep. It seemed like night when I started the level, and now it seems like day. Oh, Jesus Christ, not again. Just like that, there I go. I hope that my microphone level is okay. I didn't really quite check that out before the stream, but I'm gonna trust that it is okay enough. I'm also a little bit further away from the microphone that I usually are, so I hope that kind of helps with the levels, the outer levels. Gotta get me my coins going on. It's all about the money, money, money. Hear about the money, money. I don't remember the lyrics. Is that another red coin? It's about the ka-ching, ka-ching. It's about the bling, bling. I remember that song being in Just Dance 3. I believe that's how I came to know that song from. It's a really nice song though. Although I don't really know if that song is still in the app version of Just Dance, because I am aware that you can play the past songs from past versions of Just Dance through the app. So if those songs are still there, then that's really cool. Maybe one of these days I should play Just Dance. I don't really have the room for it, nor I think I have the capture card for that. But, you know, it could be a cool thing. Ow. There you go. But one of these days. Wow. I gotta remember that there's technically no... Oh, come on, dude. It's just like that, I don't have any more eggs. Just something that I hope that I will never have to say. Let me see what else I can do. Oh no, brother, the Rock Johnson. I'm glad that those things don't really kill you. See what else I can do. I guess I could technically also eat this guy. This guy. Beep, beep, beep. Then and only then I can check out the other stuff. Get those rocks going on, yo. And let's see. On to some stuff. Well, I do need them, kinda. I don't think I have enough eggs if there's another piranha plant going on over here. No. More stuff. Yippee-yay, yippee-yay. Yippee-ta, yippee-yay, yippee-ta-pa-tuta. I don't even remember how that thing goes. But it goes. Bim, bim, bim. Oh, I love that piano. Since it cannot technically do a glissando, it only goes ti ti ti. There we go. I feel like there could possibly be something over here, but I don't want to risk it. So I'm just gonna go here. As long as I do find the door. Get the door. It's over here. Maybe that's where I exit this place. Throwing balloons. Putting balloons. Let's see. To throw the balloons, key in the button sequences as shown. Okay, I gotta remember that A is B and B is A and X is Y and Y is X. Gotta get that nomenclature going on. One of these days it's gonna kill me, eh? Just not remembering my inputs correctly. I mean, I don't know if there's a trick to this. Even if I do try to keep my balloon with me, eh? Definitely gonna be bad. Oh, he definitely tried to do the same thing, eh? Ow. Well, I guess that's a trick, you know? You're just gonna hold it in for a little bit. So what's the deal with this pipe? Keep going. Wow, look at all this cool place. Hit the with an egg and morph into the helicopter. Find the red 5 going. I'm a helikipote. But my body's morphing, eh? Like the mighty morphing Power Ranger there. I guess I could also find them over here. I mean, at least I got some lives out of that, you know. Wee. I was gonna say, can I go inside? But no, can I go back inside? But I don't think that's possible. As long as we finish the level, I'm okay with it. I'm not a completionist. Shout out to Gerard. Call me But I do like, you know, just, you know, going through these games. At least I do finish them. I feel like in my streaming history there has only been some games that I have not finished. One of them has been my third-person mod run of Resident Evil 2 Remake. And I did not finish Bleed, you know, from Bleed on the Dreamcast. I don't know, I just couldn't vibe with that game. Maybe if I do give it another try, maybe I can give it a go, but I don't know, I just didn't vibe with Bleed. I don't know why. It just wasn't my thing. I can see why some people do like it, but I don't know. It just didn't sit well enough, I guess. But shoutouts to anybody who does enjoy Bleed for the Dreamcast. Ow. Wonder if I can. Yes, I can. Whoa. That cool guy. What's up with that thing? Ow. Are these seals? Narwhals living in the ocean. Causing a commotion because there's an ocean. Whoa, I can make some ice pops out of them. Isn't that interesting? But I'm gonna pop off. I'm on foot for a few minutes before I head to work. Catch y'all on the flippity floppity. No worries, Spunk. Have a lovely one. Have a lovely one. And yeah, see you around, buddy. Hit these things a little bit better. I don't have the power in it. All because my curiosity got the better of me. There we go. At least I got some stars back from it. I don't know. What's up with this guy? Also, that guy does give me stuff. That does give me stuff. Gotta pronounce my English correct. There we go. What's up with this thing? Like this cacti guy. The cacti guy and the shy guy and the cacti guy. I don't have any more. I'm glad that I did catch that thing in the air. And I feel like it was about to explode anyway. So I don't know. Oh, that thing recoups its own cactus. Interesting, eh? Could be enough. Got that guy. And I wonder how good Yoshi is in Smash Bros. I mean, technically speaking, I have already played him in Smash Bros. Right? But I don't know how good he is in the new one, Ultimate. Which I guess it's a little bit funny to call it the new one, because you know, I guess the newest one would be the real way to call it. Oh, if only, there we go, eh? Big yippee time. Hey, by a miracle of life, yes. Beat it, beat it, beat it. Look at them cones going on. Oh, come on. Well, I try my best. But can I go back up? That is the question. Let's see. Ow. I just love that little sound effect. I don't think there's anything else that I could do, and I'm kind of afraid of going from any of other places, or maybe that's the other way to exit this level. I don't know. Question: do I have my red achievements on? I do. Whoa, 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 whoa! I don't think I have any more of my eggs. If anything, let me see if I can. Let me see if I can, by a miracle of life. Ow. No, this guy doesn't really spit any facts there, so there's not much that I can do about it. It only activates those things, so I'm fine with just letting it go. Hell yeah, bonus challenge. How vast is the world of Mario that, you know, sometimes and most of the times, like whenever, you know, there's more games, you don't really find any of the enemies that you see in previous entries. Must be a big. So the number of Yoshis with the thing, yeah, press the start thing. So let's go gambling, eh? Yeah, sure, why not? I'm gonna do 2. Just because. Let's see what we can do. Come on, Daddy needs another pair of shoes. Hey, not that bad. Hell yeah. Oh, if only I would have, you know, gambled with more lives. That sounds really wrong, eh? But it do be like that, eh? Right, the sky lifts. And the blizzard level. Let me see if I can push the other way over. Hell yeah, look at that thing going. Ow. I got all the coins. Hell yeah. I haven't really tried more than anything because it doesn't really, like, you know, snow where I live. So I haven't really tried doing a snowball this big. Let alone, I don't think I've ever tried doing a big snowman or angels and, you know, snow angels. So I kind of know. I kind of know that I know it. Maybe I won't do that anytime soon. But I want to know how that feels, you know. Which I know that it is a different perspective for somebody, you know, from somebody who doesn't live where the snow falls. But for the people who does live where the snow falls, I know that it must be quite different. It's kind of bad. Let me see. I just hope that I... Oh, can I not? I just had to wait. We knew that waiting was the thing that, you know, I had to do. Let's see if I can catch some more of the edges. Getting my eggs going on, my eggs going on. I imagine if I do get them things, I'm probably gonna be losing a ton of stuff. For example, those things. May still be possible to get all of this stuff in time, but I don't really know. But yeah, sure enough, as somebody who does live in a place that, you know, doesn't have snow, like at any point of the year, I imagine that the perspective of somebody who lives that way differs quite a lot from somebody who does live in a place where, you know, it snows quite a lot. Ooh. Oh, that was on me. So I know that my desires of being like, oh, I want to make some snow angels, I want to make, you know, some snowballs, I want to make like a snowball fight or whatever, may be quite different from somebody who just doesn't want to see snow in their life anymore. So I totally get that. So let's see, what else can we do? Not again, eh? At least I managed to save that guy. Yoshi sacrificing himself for others. Nothing new. Ding, ding, ding. Get that again. Hopefully this time. Only this time can be won by me. I was really hoping that that guy won't. Well, that would have been really cool. Got him. Does the other one really not come around? When I come around. So you gotta get that thing as it is going. Beep, 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 beep. You would think that maybe it would be possible to grab them coins with everything and anything. Oh, here we go. Ooh, Ooh, Ah, you guys got scared, I'm just gonna go. I wonder what this is. Well, actually, maybe it was a super secret exit for an equally super secret entrance. But what do I know? Oh yeah, since this is the snow level, it kind of has ice physics. Although I feel like it wouldn't really need to be like that, because snow kind of weighs you down. Doesn't really make you all slippery. Well, I guess it also depends on the depth of the snow. Look at that snowman. Look at that guy. Get them extra coins in this, extra lives in this world. Blip. That was really close. Whoa. Ah, that was really close. to get them cones going on. This is a long trip just traveling. One cannot wonder enough who designed this trip. This trip. Oh, poor guy. His existence, you know, relies on me not stomping in it. Just like that, we are off. That was a short level. I like it. I like it. Goddamn. Beep, 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 beep. I love my 82 is not that bad, you know. A pass is a pass. I definitely did not go through my school years, you know, with that mentality. But you know, the more that you think about it, the more that it is true. A pass is a pass. This is a nice stage. Be careful. It is really slippery and difficult to walk. Grab a red watermelon and you can breathe fire 3 times. Use it to melt your eyes, to melt the ice or attack your enemies. I mean, if the ice doesn't really have an owner, I guess it could be my eyes. If you really think about it. Ow. And yeah. I was about to say, yeah, I don't really know if it was possible to do that, but I'm glad that it was. It is really slippery. I feel like I can make it. Hold on. I feel like if it is in that direction, I could definitely pull it off. Maybe even like that. No, it might be a little bit too much. I'm fine with it. I know that maybe possibly I could make it bounce on top of the other ice cubes. You know. You know. Wait, but... Ow. Let's see if I can somehow get this this feasting going on, or even respawn the other one, or maybe I could just do this. I'm also glad that for as icy as this level is, there's no like penalty for you going in the water. I was really slow. Like you don't turn into ice or whatever. Let's see what I can do with this thing. As long as those guys don't go out, I'm gonna be fine. I feel like. Oh, let's see. Oof. There we go. Ego machine. Speaking about egg, I've been kinda trying to see if I can get, you know that dish that they do in, well, I mean, I guess in Japan more than anything, the omelette rice. I've been thinking about maybe trying doing that. It is said that to get the egg to cover the omelette rice can be a little bit too difficult. And I guess it's kind of understandable, you know, because eggs do kind of become really fragile. So it is understandable that it is one of the, not the most difficult ones to do, but you know, just getting the egg to not break. It is a thing that requires practice. Gonna be jumping around. Whoa. Yeah, I don't think I can do anything with this blade. So I'm just gonna go in. And I love the sound. That guy. Oh yeah, actually, like, oh yeah, I said that's like the cool man. I also kind of been wondering how skiing, you know, is. I have never really tried doing that, let alone I don't think I've done anything similar to that. Oh man, down I go. So I guess just going skiing or trying to go skiing, you know, I guess it could be a fun first experience. But of course, I gotta try to do that with supervision or whatever. There we go. Just going at it, you know, with relative ease and well, not so much relative ease, but but there you go. I gotta technically open up an ice cube and then stay in there. But, another one. There you go. Ain't that super? There we go. As long as I get that extra life, I feel like I'm gonna be fine. Well, one thing is what I feel, and one thing is what actually goes down around there. Because you don't want to be the you want to be the real deal. You want to be the down with the down, whatever. I'm trying to make a reference to that Mario rap that guy did. I don't even remember his name. But yeah, he's like, you wanna go down with the down, and you know Mario. He ain't even an Atari. I don't remember the name of that guy, but he's really funny. At least the rap is like really interesting. Now I gotta wait for those things to actually, like, you know, come back around. When they come back around. Just as much as I would love to experience, you know, the snow like this, I imagine that there's people who do not like snow at all. Which I guess is understandable. It says that if you live long enough through it. So I guess at least for the people who do not like snow, I do hope that you guys don't get as much snow as, you know, other years. Because I know that it could get really bad, especially for the countries that do live north or on the north hemisphere, closer to the north hemisphere, maybe even to the south hemisphere as well, but to the southest of the south hemisphere. There we go. Ooh. To get them eggs going on. That is indeed a lot of ice cubes. Ooh, that was really bad. Yeah, I could have done something about it. Oh, that sucks. The ice physics got me. It also doesn't help that the checkpoint is really far behind. Keep going. Super Mario baby, Super Mario baby. And we get them Super Mario baby vibes. I mean, it's nice that those guys don't really hurt you. They just make you bounce. You gotta bounce, 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 bounce. The word bouncing by itself is really bouncy. I kinda like that. It is one of those things that make you go, ah, that makes sense. Word bounce itself is really bouncy. Which is kind of like something that I did see somebody mention, that at least us in the Spanish-speaking world, we have a word for, you know, a kitten, which is gatito, and they go, you know what? Spanish-speaking people, you know, had that right, you know. This thing does look like a gatito, So I guess it kind of fits, you know, the name of the little squeaky animal. Well, I mean, it's technically not as squeaky as other animals, but at least I'm glad to know that for people who are interested in Spanish, Ooh, that was really bad. A gatito is definitely looks like a gatito. That was really bad. There you go. Gotta keep at my distance, otherwise it's gonna be really bad. But I technically don't gotta break them all, but I don't want to take any chances, you know? So gotta get acquainted a little bit how exactly slippery these things are. There you go. One at a time, take a number. There you go. I didn't really see this flower, you know, before, so we're definitely way past the place in which we died. Maybe there's a secret if you do wait a little bit till you... Whoa, that's amazing, eh? Here I go, eh? Look everybody, I'm playing that level of Sonic 3, eh? Tin tin, 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 tin tin. Yippee! Oh my god. This music is amazing. I'm glad that I did jump. Down I go. Ooh, that was really bad, eh? Although maybe there's a secret now, eh? No, yeah, if you become an ice wall, it's over, man. Game over, man. So much fun, eh? It's so ridiculous that it is so much fun, eh? Well, that's just as ridiculous, eh? Watch me lose all of my lives just in this section, eh? I feel like it would be really funny, eh? Check it out. I'm in the house like carpet. There you go, yippee! You think that now knowing that there's a flower over there, I would have gotten it, eh? But no, not really. Eh? It just be like that sometimes. But man, skiing does sound fun. It does look fun as well. Kinda wonder how. Well, I mean, there's a risk to any sport, I know. But, you know, it would still be interesting to just go there and, I don't know, break my legs or something. Right? Oh, come on, not again, eh? Well, down I go. Yeah, you messed up once on that area, it's over. How did I regain my life? I mean, did I even lose it to begin with? Maybe the life was inside of me all along. Eh? Although that's something that, you know, women say, not me. Hey. Shout out to all the moms in the world. Here I go. Here I go again on my own. There you go. Oh, that was really bad, eh? Yeah, don't jump when you don't really need to jump, eh? My... Doesn't seem like you actually, like... You know, it doesn't really seem like you lose lives there, eh? Maybe I'm indeed grabbing a 1-up and I just don't really know it, eh? There you go, eh? I haven't been losing in purpose just to get that flower, I saw it. Although, if you really think about it, hold on. We're gonna move my microphone a little bit more over here. Let me put it a little bit close to me. I feel like that's a little bit better. I feel it. I also gotta remember that I do have items. I just don't use them because, you know, why? You can definitely go around this game without any need of items. Just an interesting choice to make, I know. I go, yippee. And there we go. I don't know, I just haven't found any situation in which, you know, using an item would be okay. Well, not so much okay, but, you know, that I needed it. So I haven't really been using it. 96, that's the highest that I've been getting, you know, in this particular playthrough. Roulette, 1-up chance. Set the number of Yobis. Let me get my Yobis going on. I guess 3 would be nice. I don't know where it's gonna land or if it's gonna land in somewhere. I mean, that's fine. I got 4 1-ups. Ain't that amazing? Ain't that amazing, eh? Meatballs, y'all. Time for the meatballs. Time for the meatballs. Time for the meatballs. Sluggy, the unshaven form. The unshaven, eh? What does that mean? Oh, look at that guy. Ow. I think that's scary, eh? I'm pretty sure they actually made that as a jump scare, eh? Which, it is pretty cool, eh? Not gonna lie. I feel like it would be possible to have more horror games do that in the NES. I feel like if somebody can or wants to make another horror game on the SNES, they can definitely get that effect going on, because that technically counts as a jump scare. pretty cool for, you know, for my book. It's pretty cool in my book. That's what I'm trying to say. I gotta push it up again. Come on, don't I... Yeah, you only gotta push it, okay? I gotta time it correct. There we go. Wow, look at this play there. Was that in red, eh? I'm okay with leaving that flower over there, you know? Don't really need him that much. Sloogie. The Unshaven, what a name. Imagine being called the Unshaven, eh? How unshaven do you gotta be to be called the Unshaven? I don't even know if that's how you pronounce that, eh? Probably it was the Unshaven, eh? Well, technically I'm kinda unshaven myself, you know? I do need to shave, eh? I just been letting my skin, you know, heal a little bit before I do shave again. Because I've been shaving a little bit more often than not in the long week that I had. So, just been, you know, letting my skin rest. What's up with this guy? Look at all these flan-looking guys. But it's really funny that that guy really becomes offended. Like, I gotta rest it out a little bit, I guess. Let me make it faster for you guys. There we go. That's a little bit better, eh? Wow, eh? That was pretty good. Not gonna lie, that was pretty good, eh? With just one shot. I haven't really been having. I just stressed my English. I really have not been getting my red achievements going on. I don't know why. I imagine that most of the red achievements is just get through this level with all of the flowers, or get through this level with everything and anything. So it's kind of understandable. Ow. The guy looks so confused. Really funny. We're gonna waste another egg. Oh no, man. What's up with this rolling looking thing? Oh, it takes me back to that place. Nah, I'm fine. One of those things that I'm okay with just letting go. There we go. There we go. Let me pass, please. Let me pass. Berkey. Need stick, got stick. Let me pass. Gee, I wonder which path I'm gonna take. I guess I'm gonna take this one. That's pretty good. Yeah, all things considered. Oh no, man, this is going too fast then. It reminds me of Sonic EXE a little bit. I mean, there's a lot of spikes over there, so it does remind me a little bit of, you know, Sonic EXE. I've been watching some videos that are, you know, reinterpretations of the EO, like creepypastas, you know, of Yorn. And I recently watched one for Suicide Mouse. It was pretty good. It is not jump scary. It is not as I guess, predictable as the old one. And it doesn't use stock sound effects, although technically speaking it does, but in the style of all the Disney cartoons. And by that I mean it kind of uses like ghost sounds that, you know, would also be used like back in the day, which looks pretty good, at least in context. It sounds pretty good. Because it sounds distorted and everything and anything, so it is an interesting reinterpretation of the ye old creepypasta, which I do appreciate quite a lot. Oh man! Then I have when I have more bats that I can turn into eggs. There we go. And I believe there was another one for Sonic EXE, but I don't exactly remember the name of it. The ones that I've been, you know, watching the most recently when it comes to like creepypastas and everything like that, has been the ones in which, you know, it's kind of like, oh, found prototype or lost media, found media or whatever. Yeah, those are really cool. I like him. Which I know that a lot of people, well, not so much a lot of people, but you know, some people may not like creepypastas just like that, which it is understandable, you know. Those are not for everybody. Which I can definitely understand. I don't really watch him a lot, but I do watch him from time to time, you know. Whenever one pops up in my recommendation feed. Look at that guy. He's like, what you doing? There's one sleepy guy. Let me get that thing going on. I'm glad that he is very cooperative, I guess. As long as this thing doesn't fire on my face. What's I about to say? Well, that kind of sucks. I wonder how I'm gonna be doing that part. Well, that was on my end. You know, that was on me. That's a lot of spikes, though. I wonder who put them there. I wonder if they grow naturally. Kind of a scary thought. It's kind of a scary thought. I'm gonna lie. Wait, is it possible to? Kinda wanna give it a try. How many laps do I have left? I have 16. I guess I could give it a try. Let me see how possible that is for me to. Yeah. Look at this school play. Some of this thing. That is interesting. Just another path that you can take. For the same path that you can get. Look at this cool dude. At least I got another lap, you know. Oh, that was a man. I mean, isn't technically... Well, I mean, it does vary depending on who you ask. But yeah, sure enough, I guess all of Yoshi's deaths are on your end. Yes, I said it depends on who you ask. Man, they had a field trip day with the physics of this game. It is a really cool thing to see. we go. Look at all them coins. Look at all them coins. Let me get that egg going on. Oh, come on. Okay, I didn't land where I needed to land. Which kinda sucks. We get that flower again. One more time. I'm kinda getting the hang of going through that route. Or this route. So it isn't too bad. So one more time, take number 11. Come on, SpongeBob, I'm getting out of title cards. Let's see. Pray that I won't land on the wrong cube. The wrong cube. That's how you do it, eh? There shouldn't be any issue now, I guess. And now, down we go. Just like that, we have procure more eggs. This is pretty good. Yeah, I shouldn't like stay there. No, yeah, I thought that was gonna be the game. Well, that kind of sucks. I imagine that it should either bounce or I could try. I don't know. I'll try to see exactly how that place actually, like, you know, is accessed through it. Yeah, I did it like that. How you doing? Welcome in. How you doing? Sander, welcome in. H, yeah. Either an H or an F. Which it's funny because you know MF like male, female. H for hombre. And F for female, like I don't know. Yeah, it to be like that. How you doing, Sander? Welcome in, Yeah, it's been a while since I last been on this. Yeah, F for fail. Yeah, for real. But seems some epic like that. This was an epic fail. I guess that's a little bit of a downside of being epic. You know, when you do fail, it is an epic fail, which it happens more often than not. But welcome back. Not welcome. Well, I mean, yeah, you've been here before, so welcome back again. How you doing, Sandra? Welcome in. One glad that did not kill me. I don't think it is possible for me to. No, wait, hold on. It is entirely possible for me to actually like make an egg out of the thing. That was really clever. Do I still have an egg? Possibly? I did not see the thing, I'm sorry, I did not see the thing that I needed to duck under. There we go. Okay, first try, let's go. We get these extra coins because eventually this is gonna be the the sources of my retries, you know. As people would often say, but it do be like that, guy. Here we go, eh? Can I do this first try? Eh? Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, another life. I only had to spend like 4 laps to get this extra life. Okay. There you go, eh? I forgot that this section was coming. Well, I guess I didn't really, in the end, have to do anything, eh? It was all mass hysteria, or whatever it's called. Eh? Whoa, I'm glad that there's no ice physics here, otherwise I would have really died. Died at it for real, for real. Here we go. You guys ready? For everything and anything. I don't have more any eggs. Well, that's a little bit of a sad thing, eh? I did not want to do that. Eh? Okay, what was the thing that I needed to do, eh? As long as I grab that thing, it's gonna be okay. Yeah, sure enough, this thing. I guess I could just do this instead. There we go. Whoa, that was a little bit too close for comfort. Yeah, I'm just gonna duck under because otherwise it's gonna be really bad. Eh? I played with fire right there. Ow. I guess I'm gonna be fine just staying over here. What's over there? An extra life. Oof, at least that part is over, you know. Oof, oof and rare, oof. Here I thought I just needed to run. Which I'm gonna try to do so anyway. Meow. There we go. And here we go, eh? I kinda wonder what kind of enemy is gonna be here. It is nice that they do prepare some eggs for me. Very egg spectacular, eh? Yoshi, to get this far you must be powerful. But remember, this slug has no weak points. You sure about that? I'm kinda curious why he hasn't really... Wow, look at that 3D effect there. Why he hasn't done any more magic, you know, on me. Whoa. Wet world. Wet world. Why did I think of wet world? Rick roll. Let me get my eggs going on. How many more do I need? Oh, this is bad. Here we go. Jesus Christ, that was close, huh? Oh, it's melting. First try, everybody. First try. Goddamn. Well, that was pretty good, eh? That was pretty cool. 79. There we go. 79.99. 79.99. Beating. There we go. Oh, hold on. My mother is sending me a message. There we go. There we go. Let's try and see if we can finish up this this world. You know, Goonie writes. Look, chat. It's referring to you, a Goonie. Did I miss anything? No. There's only a lot of birds. That's a lot of bubbles. Goddamn, a lot of bubbles. Look at all these flowers. Look at all this place. Would be really nice if look at that big bird. Would be really nice if you can make a big X out of that big bird. Lots of stars. Just the way I like it. Just gonna try to speedrun this part, because I don't really care. It's gonna be running, you know. That's what I get for just running, Oh, I actually got that thing, with the rebound. I got it with the rebound. With the rebound of the rebound. Question: has the new Resident Evil movie released? I don't really know if it is out yet, but I would definitely love to watch it. I have heard some good things about it, but I don't really know. Look at this egg. I don't even know if it is possible to get this egg. But it looked like an interesting premise. I don't really know if it's gonna be good, bad, or just right in the middle. But if it is a good movie, then sure, why not? I could give it a watch. Could be really cool, could be really nice, could totally suck. Oh, I kinda wonder what's down here. There was nothing down here. Okay, I'm just gonna go. Look at all these clouds, yo. Look at all these clouds. Wee. Let me metamorphosize again, and then hopefully everything will be alright. It is interesting. It doesn't seem like I do get hit by the... Ow, never mind. No, by the birds, but I do get hit by the birds. There we go. Let me regain my flight. Whoop. There we go. I get the things whenever I can. I don't really aim for them, but whenever possible, I do grab the things. I do need me some eggs, so I'm gonna steal the projectiles from this thing. What? Come on. Another one. That should be enough. That's a lot of eggs. I kind of wonder if you do get the same amount of eggs from each Yoshi, or if it does change from time to time. Hell yeah. I'm getting my extra stuff. Oh, come on. And again, and kaboom. Maybe when I get the kaboom, I get the kaboom. There's really no reason for me to go, you know, through the other side. Let's see. What kind of suppresses will this thing lead me? Got him. Oh, come on. It seems like it is indeed mandatory for you to go through that button. So I guess it's kind of understandable. I gotta be honest, I don't really know if there's any upsides or downsides to the different kind of egg colors that you do grab, you know, throughout the game. I know that they do look different, but I don't know if they act different. As far as I know, they act kind of similar. Maybe some of them are more bouncy, maybe some of them are like fast. Maybe some of them go through different enemies. I don't know. It is a mystery. It is a mystery. Another one. Welcome to Cloud World. Goddamn, a side scroller, goddamn. Oh, come on. Well, whatever was in there, I'm sure that it was nice. Blah, blah, blah. All this cool stuff. I don't really know if it is possible to go on top of those ghostly thingies. But if it is, I feel like it is nice. There we go. Look at that thing, eh? Ain't that funky, eh? As long as those things don't really, you know... Ow. Don't really grab one of my spots, I'm gonna be fine. If that is how to get me, I kind of feel like a celebrity. Ooh, I almost fell, eh? Okay. At least it is not possible to get gotten, eh? Ow. Ooh, there we go. To get gotten, you know, more than multiple times, or, you know, one after the other. There's a little bit of a cooldown between, you know, between being hit and not being hit, you know. There's a recovery phase, and I like that. It is really nice. Good game design. When it comes to my own convenience, I know. I'm also kind of wondering if it is possible to grab... not so much grab, but, you know, go on top of them damn clouds. Yep. One would think that maybe if you do eat the Lucky 2, maybe the Lucky 2 won't appear again. Eh? But I don't feel like that's the case. Ow! I did not see the cactus in the pavement, whatever the name of this thing is. In the path, you know, rather in the path. This dude. Whoa. Go, man. You know, I'm just getting my stars back, you know? You know how it is. What's up with this thing? So how exactly do you want me to... So that's how... Isn't that amazing? I was gonna say, yeah, one of these pipes has to be a super secret one. I don't even know. So if that just takes me there, what about the other ones? There doesn't really seem to be any... Oh. I was just about to say, I really hope that this is like a super secret exit or whatever. Like a way easier exit. Yeah. A room in a room, eh? I got a good achievement over there. That's nice. A room in a room. Yeah, I was about to say, So what exactly is aiming at me? Guess I'll never know, Also, what's those guys? Pretty interesting, as people will often say. Ow. It's really kind of funny how he turns around like Pepsi Man, you know. Man, Pepsi Man is another game that I haven't really played for quite a little bit of a while. So I definitely gotta give it another playthrough, you know. I love Pepsi Man. It's a really cool game. Ow. That was really unfortunate, right? Bam bam. It wasn't too far away, so that's pretty good. I do kind of wonder if the secret is still available there. There we go. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, the balloons don't really have a different effect. Let me try and see if the secret is still here. It is, so I could just farm this and then, you know, get a ton of lives because of this. Ain't that amazing? Just like that, we are off. And you get a little bit of a buffer for the next one. Well. Wow. You know, taking into account that the prototype that people discovered back in the day with the Giga Leak, it is no wonder that they were experimenting quite a lot, you know, with the engine of this game. It's just really cool, you know, all the things that they managed to do. Baby. Well, that was really bad. But I'm glad that, you know, in the end, I did not just fall to my death. What a nice arc. I get my trajectory, I get my velocity, I get my everything. Just like that, we are off. Okay. Let me drink some water. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Crazy style. Right. 90. Gotta get my 90s going on. I'm cracking 90s, Maury. I'm cracking 90s. One up chance. The number. I'm gonna go with 3 again, man. Don't really lose that much by just, you know, setting up 3. Although it would be really funky if I do multiply by 0. Eh? Oh, thank you. Well, I didn't lose anything, but I didn't gain anything. That's fine. Eh? It would have been way worse. That is indeed for sure. We're one step closer to finishing this level, everybody. This world. Shifting platforms ahead. Watch your step. Oh, over here. And indeed, we're shifting platforms. Huh? Who knew? Oh no, brother, now I know what you mean. Let's see. Oh, so that's gonna make that's gonna make things a little bit more spicy, more dangerous. Yeah, you keep on going over there. What's up with those balls? It seems like you can... Oh, around the world, around the world. Oh no, brother. Down I go. But how can they even stand in that place? Well, I mean, there's a lot of, like, creatures that do that in real life. They just stick to surfaces. They don't really care for gravity or whatever. What was that line on the B movie script? According to physics, a bee shouldn't be able to fly or whatever. I don't exactly remember how that goes, but I only know that it goes. Goes. You only get a couple of extra stars over there, so it isn't too much of a requirement. Yeah, there we go. I gotta stop doing leaps of faith. It's gonna come back and haunt me. There you go. Oh no, brother. I'm kinda not so sure how I fell, but I feel like my own tongue, was the one that made me fall. Who knew that I was gonna, fall down because of my own tongue? I feel like that's a saying right then and there, but I don't exactly remember what the saying was about. I know that in Spanish there's one similar to the fish by its own mouth dies. But that I don't exactly remember if there's an equivalent in English. There might be, but I just don't remember. It's one of the damn things that you can do. Blip. I just do a blip. Do you know what I just remembered? I remember that I had a craving for a mango yogurt. But thing is, that craving was 2 years ago. And I just remember that I had that craving. And the worst part is that I don't really remember if I actually, if I actually, satisfied that craving. I don't know if I've had mango yogurt ever since then. But I do remember that I was craving mango yogurt. But that was like 2 years ago. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The whole world is moving. There's water at the bottom of the ocean. Under the water, carry the water. Whoa, Maybe I could have gotten a super secret thing, but what do I know? Go ahead. I was gonna say, wow, I either died or the baby got taken away. That was a little bit too extreme, So I'm going to try it again. I mean, yeah, of course the baby is not gonna just follow me, you know. That's what makes the risk and reward system go on and work the way that it does. But I definitely have to find a way to get more eggs. I mean, even with the power-ups, I don't know if there's a power-up that gives you more eggs. Blip. You cannot actually get those big guys. You cannot make a big omelette. Although it seems like it is possible with some of the enemies, but not all of the enemies. Just a little bit, you know, interesting, I guess. The little squeaky squeaks. Wasn't that a thing Gronk used to say? Squeaky, 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 squeak? I believe that's from the second movie of The Emperor's New Groove, but it was the Kronk movie or whatever. Man, those were the days. Those were the days. This technically speaking, these are also the days, you know. Every day is the day. Because you know, it is. Not so much that it's gonna be, and not so much that it was. Which, now that I think about it, when it comes to will be, is when a thing is still yet not, or not yet. But how would I say when something is about to be in the past, you know? Because it's gonna be, oh yeah, it's not yet happened, but it's gonna happen. But how about when it yet still has not been what it's been? I don't even know how to describe it. Yeah, no. As long as you get gotten on that side, maybe I could do a leap of faith, you know? I could just jump. So now I know. But how would you describe something that it is yet to be part of the past? You know? When something is yet to be is when something hasn't really happened yet. But what about when it's about to be part of the past? I don't even know. That's a very philosophical stuff right there, you know. Too much brain for so little Yoshi Island. So once I see that those spiky dudes are gonna be, you know, appearing, I gotta do a leap of faith to my left. I mean to my right. Because otherwise it's gonna be really bad if I don't. Also, what was on this side? I kinda wonder. Definitely curious about it. I did not mean to do that, but I haven't really been using the X quite a lot. But I should still get my patch going on. Because it to be like that. Oh, come on, I ain't had all day. I ain't got all day. I was tempted to just fast forward, but no. I feel like that would have only been the death of me. And it was to be the death of me, and I don't remember the thing. And I can feel my face when I'm with you, and I love it. But does he really love it that much? Oh no, brother. Well, that was on me, Ooh, you guys got scared. You guys got scared. And they don't call me the spooky dookie for nothing. You guys got scared. No. Oh no, brother. There we go. This is the part, boys. This is the part. What is it? There we go. No. Give me all them stars because I've been needing them for quite a while now. Oh Jesus, that. The camera just decided to just kill me. Well, I mean, I guess there was nothing that I could do. I either follow the platform, the platform follows me, or none of the above. Which happens more often than not. Here we go again on my Yoshi. It's the only Yoshi that I have ever Yoshi. Which technically speaking, yes, but also technically speaking, no, because I've also Yoshi'd the... Okay, yeah, no, that was on my end, I've also Yoshi'd on Super Mario World. Could you believe that Yoshi, I mean, at this point everybody knows it, but you know, Yoshi was supposed to be in the first Super Mario Brothers. But apparently the limitations were there. I feel like it is kinda true, but also not really, because there's been people who have recreated Super Mario World on the NES, and they have implemented Yoshi. Which I guess it was more so the fact that, you know, the developers didn't really, you know, knew the full capabilities of the system. Which it is understandable, you know. It was the beginning hours, the beginning years, the first years of infancy of the NES. So of course they didn't know how to get a dinosaur to just, you know, get you around. Or at least that's what I like to believe in. I would like to give them the benefit of the doubt. I mean, it's not like I can do, you know, any better. I don't really know how to program for the NES. It is its own architecture, which I guess once you get, you know, familiarized with the architecture and everything, I guess it wouldn't be too bad. But you know, this comes from the mind of an outsider who has not programmed for any console whatsoever. People often say that Lua is really easy to get into when it comes to like programming. I'm glad that I did land on that thing. Whoa, that was so extreme, dude. It was like the Extreme Makeover. Do you guys remember that show? I remember that show. Didn't really used to watch that, but I remember. Remember it, you know, being aired on TV. I don't exactly remember where it was aired. I know that people used to watch Discovery Home and Health. Discovery Home and Health. And that's basically about it. But other than that, I don't really remember the channel in which it was aired. Here we go, man. Okay, I guess I could also just do this. Oof. Well, that was definitely something. I'm glad that I'm now out of that place. I need another checkpoint. I mean, maybe I'm just led to believe that I do need it. Or maybe I don't. Maybe it's all in my head, you know. Don't believe it, they just want to get into your head. What's over here? That's pretty good, not gonna lie. Oh, I don't have any more eggs. Well, that sucks. Time to get whatever I can get. Checkpoint, there we go. I love me my checkpoints. See what else I can do. I imagine that, you know, there's gotta be some kind of secret on the low with a little bit of I and a little bit of O. If I do follow that path. But not much more that I can, you know, Otherwise, get on my own. Those pillars do be falling. Okay, no, yeah, that was on my end. Bam, bam. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, I wonder if I can. Yes. Okay. Let me still grab these coins because they do come in handy whenever I do need to get an extra life. Took Alive. I have not played that game, Took Alive, and it's a really funny title, all things considered. You know, the name of it, not so much the game, because I have not played the game, but I find the name of the game Took Alive to be really funny. I don't know, it just seems really funky. Took Alive. Like, what do you want me to touch live? Because toca in Spanish is like, you know, like an indicative verb from the verb to touch, you know, tocar in Spanish. So toca is touch, like when you're indicating something to somebody. Toca live, touch the live. I know that it doesn't mean that, but it's still really funny to me to assume that it just means touch live. It's kind of like saying somebody to touch grass, you know, toca live. Item champs with the cursor and press X to connect the items. If you get Kamek, you lose. Watch me get it, you know, first try. The Kamek. There we go. Lemai. And just like that, here comes the last one, y'all. Here comes the last one, eh? Let's get right into it. Raphael, the Raven's castle, right? Like the Archangel, or what are we talking about here? Eh? Are we talking about the Toca life? And when I toca the life, and when I touch the life. I mean, if Toca Life did come out on the DS, maybe that makes more sense, you know? Touch Life, Toca Life, eh? Because the Nintendo DS, you touch stuff. Eh? At least that's my headcanon, eh? Another one. This guy. Ow. I guess that's kind of what happens sometimes, you know? We get that freezing ability. Whoa, that's really bad. There we go. And I was moving to my left, huh? That's how dangerous stairs are, yeah? Even for babies. Well, especially for babies, you know? I don't even know what I'm saying, eh? But yeah, stairs are especially dangerous for babies. I was gonna make a joke about, you know what else is like, you know, dangerous for babies, taxes, but you know, there's a lie to it that I cannot really pinpoint, but somehow, maybe yes, maybe no. Is that it now? I gotta get my whole egg scramble going on. Ow. There we go. Well, I'm glad to see that I technically didn't need it, eh? Just like the Toca Live. Speaking about Toca Live, I don't really know if it is... I don't really know the gameplay of Toca Live, right? Kinda wonder how fun it is. Oh, that thing follows me. Why are you following me? Let's go here, maybe not. Okay, I understand. Have a nice day. Look at all these bullet bills. Ain't them funny? That a funny guy. Ain't that a funny guy? Oh, I can't really go in there. How can I... Can I get that thing? Can I... No, I don't think it is possible to just open that up, maybe. Oh, never mind. I mean, I could just... Oh, come on. Was about to say, maybe I could just bring that thing up. You may grab an arrow leaf and use it at another location. Way! Deal or no deal? No deal, eh? Goddamn, goddamn. I sure was not expecting that, but sure enough, you know, I pulled it up somehow. Only live on my streams. Can I, by the miracle of life, by the miracle of the stars and Sailor Moon or whatever, can I get this thing? There we go. I'm gonna assume that maybe they will bring me the Horizon Eye. They will bring me some other stuff that I can do. Just gotta go straight up, you know. There's bound to be something good if I do that. I don't know if I'm gonna grab all of the big guy. I was about to say, I wonder if I can get them things. Ow. Don't worry, baby, here I come, man. There we go. Oof, that was close, man. Oh, so you can move the camera that way. Okay. One of those things that I do tend to forget quite a lot, mostly because I'm a silly billy. But it do be like that. This is fine enough. Another one. There we go. They don't seem to be transferable from room to room, so it may not even be possible to bring those things, you know, to the next room. Finally, a checkpoint. Look at those guys. That's what they do all day, every day. What a sad way to live. We can even call it live. Blip. A sad way to tocar the live. Toca live. Toca live. What even implies a toca live? How can you toca a live? Doesn't really matter. I'm just you know, losing my mind at this point. Look at that guy. And it says, you could well, I never entered the Koopa Kingdom, eh? I banish you to forever twinkle in the heavens, be gone, eh? Is that what you say whenever you don't want to pay the bill, eh? Ow! Oh, this one! I forgot about this one. What an interesting in a boss battle. What an interesting way to tocar the life. Rick roll. Ow. You know, apparently there was an achievement for not getting hit a single time. But you know, I don't really, you know, mind not doing those. Rick roll. Gonna, you know. Just like that, we did it. I could have technically done it without, you know, getting hit, but that's fine, you know. Don't really mind it. How do I get out of here again? Am I just stranded in this planet? I mean, how do we even move anywhere? Just like that, we did it. Blizzard. I was gonna say billiards, but no, these are not billiards. This is just a Yoshi, the zombie. That cool place moving. Are we finally in the last level? Possibly. Quite possibly. We just go around just destroying castles and destroying, you know, kingdoms and such. That's how different the Yoshis are built, you know. Oh no, man, where am I going? Oh no, brother. And there we go. We are now in the last world. But question, how long have I been streaming? That is indeed one question that I did get asked. I've been streaming for 3 hours, and 3 hours is just long enough for me. So, we only have one level or one world more to, you know, finish this game. And you know, I might as well just do it in the next stream. I don't plan on streaming, you know, the whole game today, even though I could. I don't really feel like it there. But I'm gonna be doing that next stream with you of Yoshi's story. Yoshi's Island, brother. So yeah, thank you so much everybody for being here. This is gonna be today's stream, it for today's stream. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, everything. I don't know if it's gonna be too short of a stream whenever we do finish next, you know, this game next stream we do it, which is gonna be like next Friday. But if that's the case, then I'm gonna be starting the next game, which is gonna be Pikmin 2. And I haven't really played that game before. I've only played Pikmin 1, obviously, because I did play it like last year, I believe. I don't exactly remember when I did it, if it was like last year or the year before. I don't remember. But I did play it. But anyways, this is gonna be it for today's stream, everybody. Let me see who do be live. Somebody gotta be doing lives. Somebody gotta be doing a live stream. That'd be great. But who? That is the question. That is the big old question. Let's see who's live. You follow each other, not to ask. Interesting, eh? So it does tell you who can collab with you, who cannot. How about we go raid? Somebody's playing Shadow of the Colossus. How about we go raid Matt the Rock? Matt the Rock is playing Halo the Master Chief Collections. Oh, and he's doing a co-op run of Halo. He often plays Resident Evil challenge runs. Like he's a one of the world top speedrunners, no damage runners of Resident Evil. But you know, it is nice to see that he's streaming something else. So let me go raid Matt the Rock because he's going through Halo. Anyways, thank you so much everybody for being here. I hope that you guys enjoyed the stream just as much as I enjoyed playing for you guys. And I'm gonna be seeing you guys this Sunday for some more Last Odyssey. So, you know, be on the lookout for that. Twitch.tv/gonga_donga. Those are my links. Have a lovely day, everybody. Raid messages if you guys want them. Copy this one if you guys are subbed. Almost done with Yoshi-ing Island, eh? Here we go. Copy that one if you guys are subbed. Copy this one if you guys are not subbed. And I'm gonna be seeing you guys this Sunday for more Lost Odyssey on my first playthrough of Lost Odyssey. I always want to say Eternal Odyssey. Maybe that's another game that I do gotta play. You know? And bye bye everybody. Have a lovely one. And tip of the day is remember that warm to hot water is nice for removing hair that you want to shave. There you go. Just apply hot warm water, the pores are gonna open, and then you can just shave like normal. Bye bye everybody. Say hello to Mother Rock, and I'm gonna be seeing you guys this Sunday. Bye bye.